Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, a wee health update. How is Kilty doing now? Well, after 3 weeks of this slow alien organism assimilating my cells and body continually day by day, I am actually feeling a lot better. Yeah. Last night I actually had a full night's sleep. Yes, you heard that right. A full night's sleep. Even Kilt Mansion Spook didn't manage to wake me up at that ungodly hour of 3:34, the magic time when it always does things and gets me up to investigate. It may have tried. I slept all the way through it. So anyway, I am feeling much better. There is still a cough. There is still a bit of bunged upness taking place, but you know, hopefully I'm going to see this thing off, because you know it's wrought havoc with the video production side of things. You can't sit here and snuffle and snort and wheeze and gasp and cough. You can't, even though I have done in the past. Anyway, cast your minds back, regular viewers, that big stockpile of cardboard boxes to be unveiled. It's still here. I've only opened one. And I thought it'd be on a roll. The last video I thought, I'll come back after doing that one. I'll have a couple of drinky poos, come back and I'll open the next box. Well, that didn't happen, did it? No, didn't happen. In fact, the whole day has gone by between that video and this. But today, Amazon Prime. What is in this? Well, there's a few bloody big giveaways all the way around me, and the fact that we're playing this soundtrack. You know what I'm on about. Now, I know what's in here, because Astradyne, your friend of mine, Astradyne, a traveller in time, sent this to me, I don't know, many moons ago now. But he sent me the delivery note as well. A little screen capture of what it actually is. So I know it's the Blair thing from Funko, which will go nicely alongside the Macready from Funko. Yes, there he is. Hairy mountain man Kurt Russell, King Kurt of Antarctica. But what we don't know is it the Chase variant? Funko does this, don't they? You've got a 1 in 6 chance or something like that of getting the Chase variant on this particular figure. Now, this is the Blair thing. The thing at the very end, yes, fuck you too. You know, it's put its hand into Gary's face, Wilford Brimley as Blair, and then becomes a big tentacled dinosaur mouthed stop motion monstrosity which drags down all the explosives, and it's like going ah. It's a Kurt Russell who just goes, ah, fuck you. Got a stick of dynamites. Yeah. Bye. Boomski. Yeah. So it's that figure that's in here. But there is a Chase variant where it's got some rather wacky colours on it. And I'm gotta be honest, I'm hoping that it's actually the original one. It's the non-Chase variant. Because at least that looks more like what you see in the film, albeit for a little piece of vinyl plastic from Funko. But the Chase variant's pink, and it's got different coloured eyes and stuff. I don't get why they did that. I understand why they do these things for collectors. They have to have everything, so it just increases marketing. People buy more and more and more. Oh, I still haven't got it yet. Well, let's see what's in here, shall we? Let's get the old trusty ski and do. Yep. Make our incision here. Heart, lungs, liver, pretty normal. Wilford Brimley, Utah born, was a real life cowboy. Oh, that went off. That went completely off target. It's a real life cowboy. Began to make a living doing the horseshoes for film stars, you know, for cowboy movies, and would be a stand-in rider, horse wrangler, stunt double. You've seen Wilford Brimley. Despite having diabetes, you know, he was a rather rotund sort of guy, but a great actor, and boy could he ride horses. And I've just opened it, and I didn't look in, but wonderful actor, and playing Blair. watch Clark, watch him closely, here we. It's majestic the way he delivers that line. He's been doped up. I've said my piece on this a gazillion million times, and I'll probably end up saying it a lot more as well, that I think that Blair is infected at that point. It doesn't get him while he's in the shack. He's already infected. I've always believed that. You can believe what you want. Anyway, there's some extra packaging which will go great in some masks. Love all this, the extra packaging, the bubble wrap you get in these things. Just shove them into a mask and hey presto, you've filled out all the dents and everything. Well, here we go. Judging by the picture on the back of the box, because it is the back of the box, it's the non-chase variant. Yay! Look at that. It's a big fucker, isn't it? Look at that son of a bitch. You can't take it out the box, can you, Kilt-Man? No, only idiots do that. Yeah, well, I'm the biggest bozo going. Oh, that wasn't exactly sealed down. Has somebody been in this already? Let's get him out. Let's get him out. Packaging. The plastic sarcophagus. You know what? These would make great blocks of ice if you could paint these over. I mean, I've got, I didn't put it on display. I've got a lot of other McCready figures out from NECA and Mondo. And but I've got a polystyrene. You've probably seen it. For the first McCready figure that NECA put out, I've got a superbly to scale piece of polystyrene. So it looks like a white block of ice, which I've chipped into it and I've done all sorts of it, make it even more gnarly. And I've scooped it all out as well. Looks great. Take my word for it. It's been on videos before. So, but these will make great versions as well. So again, I should say, these are the Funko Fusion range, which it's quite horrific when you think about it. Well, and the head does move. Careful now, Kilt-Man, careful. You don't want to snap the head off this now, do you? Look, there he is. Ooh. The ring light's pinging out, but his eye is green. I think the dog's eye is green. Yeah. The chase variant, the whole thing's very pink and livid, and it's got different coloured eyes. The dog has two different coloured eyes, and it's not like it is in the film. So I don't get why they did that. Well, I understand again, the whole marketing ethos. The dog's head turns as well. Look, the dog's head swivels. So of course, this is the great big bastard that comes out under the floorboards. With a tentacle, it drags down the detonator, which is there somewhere, yeah. The detonator, and a few bottles of, well, what used to be J&B blended scotch, but it's all petrol and incendiary stuff and kerosene. And it drags all them down, and then as McCready's lying there stunned, the big bastard comes up. It's got Blair's head, or half Blair's head, on one side, and then this great big shrieking dinosaur gob on the other, which is like when you first see the thing, you're like, and then to remind us of what it did to the dogs, curse it. You get like this horrible mutated husky type thing comes burrowing out of its chest with little dog arms, and like starts going like that. But you don't see it for long. It's literally only, I don't know, 15 seconds maybe of screen time, and it's a massive puppet designed by Rob Bottin and comic book illustrator and storyboard artist Mike Plug, and they come up with this a hodgepodge of, it's got more body mass now. It's took out Knowles and Gary and obviously Blair and other people as well. So it's a much bigger entity, and you really see the top part of it really, just showing off. And where was I going with that? And that was operated by 50, it's a great big puppet operated by 50 engineers, 50 special effects people at least were operating all the bits and bobs of this thing. But initially, what was his name? Randall William Cook or something like that, who was he's a voice artist, an actor, but he's also a creature feature design artist and does stop motion animation. He did the Terror Dogs for Ghostbusters. He worked on Lord of the Rings for Peter Jackson and King Kong for Peter Jackson as well. I think he worked on The Gate, a great 80s, full of demons, you know, great movie. I'll cover that one day. He did a miniature version in stop motion with a miniature set, and to watch it, you've got to watch the deleted scene. And I like it, but in that, it's very clearly stop motion animation. So it looks radically different from all the big icky, gooey, latex, prosthetic, practical effects that Rob Bottin, and let's not forget Stan Winston, who did the dog thing, the kennel thing, because poor Rob Bottin suffered from nervous exhaustion, but he took on board far too many effects, and it did him in, basically. So they reached out, and the great Stan Winston, the late great Stan Winston, came in with his crew and did the entire kennel thing sequence. Again, a lot of puppetry involved in that, like. But you want the deleted scene of the stop motion, I like it, but you can see why it doesn't fit. It's so glaringly different type of visual effect or practical effect from what this is. And the dog actually comes out and starts crawling across the floor towards MacReady. It's horrible, but you can see why they jettisoned that. But look at this guy. See, it's very bright. If I turn the ring light off, well, the whole place will be plunged into darkness, so there's no point turning it off. But yeah, this great big trunk thing that it's sitting on, which comes hurtling out the floorboards. The dog thing which comes out of his side on the elongated tentacle. Speaking of tentacles, there's many of them. They're writhing all over the place. Tentacular. And you've got some weird arms, weird sort of clawed arms. I've heard people say that this final image we have of the thing is, well, I've heard two versions of this. We finally see it as it's meant to be. Well, it clearly isn't, because you've got half of Blair's head on there and you've got dogs. That's clearly not what the alien thing itself looks like in its natural form. You never see its natural form. I don't think it has a natural form. It is one cell which can then grow, expand, assimilate others, become bigger, get more body mass. And because of the way it can shape its molecular structure, it can be anything it wants to be, anything that it's been, anything it's eaten beforehand. So that is not the definitive look of the thing at all. But I've also heard people say that it's a bit of a disappointment, given all the things you've seen beforehand, especially, Dr. Copper losing his arms to Norris's chest, mouth, and then the spider head coming off, which is outstanding. But of course you've got the big tentacular thing that comes out of Norris's chest, and all that, like, and lots of icky green stuff. But yeah, and the dog thing as well, and Palmer. Yeah, I don't think it's disappointing at all. For one thing, you can't help but say the word thing in almost every single line when you're talking about the thing. You've got a bloody big dinosaur head on it. It's like a fucking T-Rex. It's like prehistoric, cosmic Nosferatu. Look at that. It's just, admittedly, and I love the roar it makes. The mouth opens, and you got MacReady looks like that. All right, you win. Jesus, I can't fight that. I just want to go to my shack and get drunk. How's it going in there? I said, how's it And he realises that Knowles and Gary ain't coming back. Generator's gone. Anyway, we can fix it. It's gone, MacReady. Here's a little dog. Look at the little doglet. And the way they coloured this, like sort of dark brown, it is a dark, horrible, almost a combination of black, green and brown coming out. Like, that sounds really disgusting. Like I'm describing something else. And I've been very ill, so I've seen things like that lately. But Yeah, do these arms move? No, they don't. It's just the heads that move. Got great big stomping tentacle feet. Does he stand on 2 feet? Yeah, there's something. Is it 2 tentacles? 2 great big sort of, these things that he comes hurtling out the floorboards on. I always thought it was one like snake-like, coiled mass. But this is depicted as being 2. Well, there's an excuse to go and watch the film all over again. But I don't know. There's something even I haven't picked up on. Oh, you couldn't get away with it, could I? You've got a few little wisps of hair on top of the Blair head. Wilford Brimley didn't have a lot of hair on top there. And I don't know if you can see inside here. I can't move these things, but right in there's what looks like a yellow knobbly segment, which again, I don't know, is that in the movie? I don't know. So this has given me a fair bit of excuse to go and check it out. I love his mouth as well, like he's got a bit of hair on the back, just not a lot on top. I kind of wish this would open. No, I don't, because I would surely break it. But it is. Don't throw it in the air and try and catch it, Kilty. It's fairly robust and solid. Let's just put him next to the Funko McCready. Would you say that's to scale? It pretty much almost is, I mean, obviously he's much higher up than that because the tentacle that he's on, the huge big trunk thing, is much longer. So he's higher up. But in scale, I would say that's actually quite right. Oh, God. What does it matter? Well, it matters if you're going to put them next to each other, doesn't it? And yeah, I'm going with that. Just a shame that he hasn't got the hat. The hat, the enfant terrible of headgear. It's iconic. It's a cult item. I've got a version of it, and I hate the fucking thing. And with King Kurt on that, he never liked the hat. But the hat became a signature piece to show off the maverick nature and style of McCready. But it looks fucking stupid. But it would max it out. He'd obviously need a fair bit more on. He needs the hoodie and everything else as well. It needs to be frosted up a fair bit. Plus, he hasn't got the flamethrower at that stage. But anyway, it is what it is. There's another one in this Thing Funko Fusion range, which is the spider head. Yeah, and I haven't got that. But Astradyne sent this to me. He's been good to me lately. He's been good to me for years. And I've just realised, hang on, put you back over here. So I don't know, maybe there's a spider head on the way as well. Did I say that out loud? Don't worry. So he's facing that way on what looks like one trunk. You turn him sideways, that's when the 2 trunks become apparent. Now, they must have looked at all the original artwork. I've got tons of artwork from this, tons of Mike Ploog storyboards and Rob Bottin's design work. And you watch the documentaries on it, you can see all this being made anyway. But I'm going to have to see if that is the case, that he stands on 2. You're all going like, oh, Kilt-Man, you idiot. You've watched it a million times and you haven't noticed that. I've always said one of the things about the Thing is that when you watch it, or every time you watch it, you do spot something different. It took me years to work out that you actually heard Windows drop the keys when he sees Bennings. Come on, Bennings, I've got to get some sleep. Holy shit. Ching, drops the keys. The keys get them from Gary. Those keys are always strapped to your belt, They're not. You've been here on several occasions yourself, Gary. And no one can trust anyone. And the fact that the floor beneath the Norwegian camp, when they first get in there, hey, Sweden, they're not Swedish from that, they're Norwegian. You get in there, and there's you've got the guy with the slit throat, slit wrists, frozen blood everywhere. I've always wondered, that's overkill. That's over self-kill, isn't it? You know, you can commit suicide. You managed to slit both wrists and your own throat, or did he? You don't know, do you? It's all part of the mystery, and we can forget about the prequel because that really doesn't matter. It doesn't. But the Norwegian camp is on fire. It's been blown up. We know damn well that it's actually the American camp. Then they blew up the American camp, the sets that they built. Instead of doing 2 camps, well, why don't we just blow our camp up and then we'll film the Norwegian camp sequences? So after all the rest of the film's been done, they then go and film the Norwegian bit, which is perfect because it's the American camp. It's Outpost 31, and they're wandering through it. But it is the rooms and stuff that you just redressed a little bit more. But it's the smouldering remains of the American camp that they film it in. Cost cutting, perfect. But underneath the floor, and again, in a lot of versions that I had, home video, Laserdisc, I never noticed that there was fire underneath the floorboards. And it's only when it came out on DVD that I first clocked that. I thought, what? Have they added that effect? And don't forget, I saw this when it first came out in the UK back in 1982. I saw it. Yes, I am that old. And I sure as hell didn't notice it then. But yeah. And there's other little things, nuances, little expressions on people's faces, the way words are suddenly twisted. And the more you watch it, the more, because you can't help but think, are you a thing already? Are you next in line? Why did you say that? Why did you? And you never know, because Carpenter and writer Bill Lancaster, son of Bert Lancaster, don't know either. They don't know. Doesn't matter what John Carpenter, what Big John says these days, and he says a lot. There were certain different endings filmed where one was going to prove that MacReady was actually human because he gets rescued, do a blood test, and he's fine. To give it a happy ending, what a bozo move that would be. You want that that really mysterious ending, the ambiguous ending. Just because you carry it away with you. Oh my God, I think it's the most perfect ending to a movie, other than Jaws. It's absolutely perfect, and not everyone likes that. A lot of people can't stand it, but it's fueled decades worth of debate back and forth. Who's the thing? And you know what I've always said. I've said many things about this. Obviously, that I think Blair was infected before he put him in the shack, and at the end, I think Childs and MacReady are both human, and that is the sad thing. They can't trust each other, but they're not in much shape to do anything about it, are they? They're on the arsehole of the world. The heat's going to be gone within minutes. Still got a couple of bottles of J&B though. But you can see, you can't see the breath from Childs. Well, in actual fact, you can. You can see the breath coming out. Oh, but MacReady knows. He's passing him a bottle of kerosene. It's a Molotov cocktail, but the thing doesn't know that, and that's why MacReady chuckles at the end. Or they say MacReady chuckles at the end because he knows he's infected the whiskey. He's going to pass it on. So you're a thing as well. He wouldn't need to do that. If one of them is a thing, he just fucking pounce. Right, you're mine as well. They're both human, and they're both going to die. And for me, that is the perfect, most complete, wonderfully nihilistic conclusion to a film which is all about fatality, destiny, and complete and utter paranoia. It's the culmination of mankind. In reality, you've got 2 people left at the end of the earth. That's it. I don't mean Sam and Frodo, but on the molten slopes of Mount Doom. The last people alive. They've gone through a huge apocalypse, whatever. They're both there. Are they going to band together to survive together? No, they'll end up fighting within 5 minutes and killing each other, because that's what mankind does. And Carpenter and Lancaster, they got in there like a scalpel that he uses. You know, he looks at the scalpel like that, and you've got the split face thing there, and then later on the burnt out dog thing, and they're like, okay, let's have a go on this. That's not dog. So imitation. He simply cannot speak, can he? He has a really thick drawl, which is wonderful. That's why you've got such a great diverse bunch of characters. Critics, when the film first came out, were like, there's too many characters, I don't know any of them, I don't care about anybody, they all become one, they're all hairy, bearded. Well, that ain't true for a start. But, no, each character is nicely, finitely drawn. In the original script, there was a lot more that probably each one did do, but then he condensed it all down wisely as well. But I mean, nobody wants to see McCready with his blow-up sex doll, do they? Do they? Although that would have provided a bit of a jolt scare for Knowles when they go checking out his shack. Because when I left last night, I turned the lights out. Yeah. And they go, oh, Windows is just like. They just found Fuchs. Is it Fuchs? They pick up his burnt, smouldering glasses, spectacles. You go inside, tell him we found Fuchs. Where are we going? Look at the baby arm. They've got a proper human arm there, little baby arm. And some rippled out chesty bits there where the dogs come out, slithering and sliming. I've just wondered. It doesn't have it now. The dog thing, when it comes out of the Blair thing's chest, it's got some audible, slimy, green, snotty things. Just how I've felt the last few weeks. And it kind of, with a paw, it kind of wipes that off its face. So, they're not there. I wonder if they're on the Chase variant. Don't know. But either way, it's a phenomenal figure. And it's widely available. So, you know, if you're a Thing fan, which of course you are, get one of these. And it'll look great next to your wee Funko McCready. It looks great anyway. I fully expect in NECA's endless assembly line of figures, now they've got the licenses for all of these characters and films, they'll do one of this. They'll, like the kennel thing, which I've got from NECA, and wisely, it's still in the box. I don't think I'm ever going to take that out of the box. It depicts my least favourite scene in the movie, where huskies get hurt, and I, of course, being the proud owner of, well, I'm no longer the proud owner of a husky. I was a proud owner of a husky, but sadly she's gone now. Still raw, that, you know, still. But I don't like the scene because it's just horrible. And when McCready starts shooting the other dogs, and Clark's like, no! And they pounce on Clark. They always. Clark, how long were you alone with that dog? I don't know, an hour, maybe 2. What the hell are you looking at me like that for? I don't know. It's probably nothing. Nothing at all. But it sows the seeds of doubt into all the characters' minds and our minds. And Childs deserves a good fucking kicking regardless. Ain't going with Winters. I ain't going with you. Hey, fuck you, Palmer. Morricone's fabulous score. Again, regular viewers will know that I've got all the scores, I've got the original vinyl as well, but I've took out the cues which aren't in the film, the cues which even John Carpenter went, oh, they don't really work, because I think they sound absurd. Il Maestro, Morricone is, well, Il Maestro, an absolute genius, and I love virtually everything he's ever done, but some of his bits for the Thing didn't quite work, and because they took those bits out, Carpenter then realised, oh shit, I haven't got enough music now to cover I have to do my own bits. So Carpenter and Alan Howarth did their own little, like this is John Carpenter now, as you can tell, because it's very electronic. It's just got that Carpenter feel and vibe to it. So we had to augment Morricone's score. But there we have it. A delightful piece of vinyl plastic. And you know, for those of you who get creative, you can add little bits, you could darken it, you can retint it, you know, and I know, you could put the, I said it was green, didn't I, that slime, it's actually red when it pulls it off, isn't it? It's like a livid red sort of thing. So you could do that, I suppose. Maybe I will. I don't know. But yeah, NECA, I can imagine, but it'd take them years and years to do all this, to bring out all the characters from Outpost 31 and all the like Palmer, you know, but his head like exploding and all his eye popping out and everything. You could have all of that, different various heads and all that. A dual pack with like the windows shoved in his gob and his dummy legs getting swung around, smashing out the lights above the pool table. Windows, blast him! And poor old McCready's having a bit of erectile problems. His flamethrower's not working. Boom, boom, boom. One of Carpenter's stingers. That's Fuchs getting. The thing goes past his doorway. The lights have gone out. So he's got a little lighter, and he's like creeping towards the door, and it just thing goes like that. So he runs out with a flare, doesn't he? Flare. Maybe he tried to burn it. Maybe he burned himself before I could get to him. I don't think I'd want to do that. Set yourself on fire with one of them flares. I don't think you guarantee you're going to go up that well, to be honest. Unless you maybe stuck it up your arse, perhaps. Right. Look at that. The inclusion in the film on the creature of this big dinosaur gob is just genius. It's so like surreal and absurd, as are all the manifestations of the thing. Of course, the vagina dentata, where he loses his arms in Norris's chest, it just becomes like ringed with teeth, and his little stumps like that. Dr. Copper. That's genius, of course. But the spider head, the spider head is basically the poster boy that never got used as a poster. But it's such a genius piece of a severed head with eyes on stalks and spider legs with thorns and barbs on them. Nothing is more grotesque than that. We've all got a phobia of spiders. Well, many of us have. I would say the majority of us have. And you know, a severed head's a bit icky, but a severed head becoming a spider and scuttling across the floor, oh come on now, that is just nightmare fuel, isn't it? But we all love it, don't we? And you kind of wish you could see more. Let's see it do something else. It just scuttles off, wraps its tongue round a chair leg and drags the severed head, then sprouts the legs and scuttles off. And Palmer's like, you gotta be fucking kidding. And we just see it then, it just like sits there going, okay, burn me then, fucking hell. Then again, you think of tactics, all these old distractions. Palmer is a thing at that stage, and there's no doubt in my mind about that. When you see, I've said this many times, no one else ever talks about this, and I'm stunned that no one ever picks up on it and makes an issue out of it. When they destroy the thing in the kennels, you know, get your ass over here. McCree's been firing the shotgun and all that, and Charles comes in with flamethrower. He's like, ah, torch it, damn it, Charles, torch it. And they're going very quickly with the fire extinguishers, very quickly indeed. I'd let it burn a bit more, to be honest. And then they're all in stunned reverie. They've just witnessed massive alien assimilation, carnage aplenty, threat to them, and they're all just standing there staring. But Palmer turns around and looks at McCready, who's at the back, because McCready's the one that kick-started destroying this thing. Look, we're not going to study this, we're going to fucking take it out right now. Shotgun, flamethrower, blast the fucking thing. And it's like Palmer, as a thing, turns around and realises, I'm going to have to watch you close, real close. Do you hear me? He knows, right, I'm going to have to get you at some point, or at least get everyone thinking you're a bastard. So Palmer knows, but you watch that scene, that isn't like someone going like, oh, fucking well done, Jesus, what was that? That is someone that's like, I'm a new thing myself. Alright, I'm under threat here because this guy, he's taking no prisoners. It's clever. So, as I said before, you always notice new things, and there's not just that, that's kind of overt, although no one ever speaks about it, but there's other bits as well, other little snippets, cuts to various people's faces, where you can see, yeah, there's something there. None of it means a damn thing at the end of the day, because it's all conjecture. Carpenter may say whatever he wants, but most of his life he's gone like since he made the movie. I don't know. And it says at the end about the ending. Look, I don't know. I don't care. Who's the thing at the end? That's what he used to say all the time. I don't care. I don't make up your own minds. Oh no, we don't want to make up our own minds. We want you to tell us. You made the film. Tell us. I need to be told. I can't use my imagination because I'm an idiot. I don't have an imagination. Spoon feed me everything, please, please, please. That's what people are like. That's why they don't like the ending. Of course, it's been reappraised, re-evaluated. All the critics despised it when it first came out. I stood and loved it. Told all my schoolmates, you've got to fucking see this movie. Of course, they didn't live in the cinema like I did, so they didn't get the chance. Especially if it was a certificate X, Was it an 18? Was it one of the first 18s? I can't remember now. But then, of course, it came out on home video. Oh, and we all devoured it then. And that's when its legacy and its cult fandom really took hold. The Thing acted like The Thing. It assimilated an entire new audience who then passed that on to new audiences and yet more people. And it became, suddenly a cherished item of cross-genre horror sci-fi hybrid. A masterpiece. Carpenter's never been better. You can, Halloween, awesome. Escape from New York, well, need I say more. Assault on Precinct 13, Big Trouble in Little China. I love all these movies. The Fog. But The Thing is the best constructed, most tightly edited and designed movie in his entire oeuvre. Yes, I said oeuvre. Yeah. Let's get on to it. Okay, see, Carpenter only uses a fraction of this particular cue. And it's at the end. The Thing. Husky Dog. Mountain Man. And cold tea. God damn it. Well, it's from Antarctica, so it's going to be cold, isn't it? See, this is great. So I don't mind keeping this bit in. Although you don't hear anywhere near as long as it is on this album. But come on, better end on that. So, folks, I think if you wanted to, you can make it a bit more livid. If you wanted to, I'm not telling people to, modify their new sculptures, figures, masks. You don't have to do that. But sometimes you look at something and you go like, I could make that a bit more graphic, a bit more visceral. And the problem with it is, once you start doing things like that, and you realise, oh, my little addition does improve it, you then get a bit of fake confidence in yourself, and you start fucking around with things which you really, I'll just add a bit more colour here. Oh, you've picked the wrong pen up, because I'm the one that uses pens. Those paint spray things, I can't use them at all. And paint themselves, I'm really rubbish. So like just using Sharpies and that, I've worked wonders with loads of masks, trick or treat masks especially, and added more detail. Even using pencil to shade things in, it works a treat, but you can go too far. I've done videos on this where I've shown you how I've adapted and modified things, rehauled them, as people say. And you've got to, just knowing that you can add a bit more to it doesn't mean that you should add a bit more to it. So it's all a learning curve, Oh, that big green eye. It's like a Smartie. It does look quite tasty, actually. And it's nice that it's not the typical Funko black little poppet eyes. So you've got a green one, and he's got a green one as well, and a black one over there. Right, there we go. Funko Fusion Blair thing. Is it called the Blair thing? It must be. The Blair monster, I should say. Pop Deluxe. So it's all around the box. Very purpley, as you can see. Very purpley. Put that there for a second. No, well, it's going to fall off. So it shows on the back here. So you've got McCready there. I don't even see this. The spider head. Blair monster with the chase variant. Now you can play this other characters, which I'm not going to read out, but they're not from the thing. They're from different other films and comic book franchises. Oh, see, it's creeping back, isn't it? How annoying! It's like, no, you've had 40 minutes now. No, I want you to know I'm still here, bubbling away down here in your esophagus. Yes, you're not off the hook just yet, Kilty. So, anyway, one last look at it, all the way round. Big teethy pops. He's very angry as well, isn't he, Blair? I'll kill you. He shoots the door frame. There's a fucking gaping hole where the door is open, and there's people hiding behind there, and he manages to shoot the door frame several times. Little doglet. Yeah. Tentacles. Baby arm. The horrible hooked thing here. Knobbly bits. And two great big trunks. Do you know, I really got to watch it again. And then I'm going to go, oh, of course it is, it's on 2. It must be, they wouldn't have made that bit up, would they? It must be on 2. Anyway, I'm out of here, folks. There's more stuff to open. It is Valentine's Day. The time of this recording is Valentine's Day, so find someone you love and tell them you love them. If you've got no one to love, just grab someone off the street. No, don't do that. There's definitely problems with doing that. Yeah, don't do that. Flashing blue lights all of a sudden, like, or a knee in the nuts, that's what you're going to get. But, you know, be nice, be loving, be gentle, and be here later, because I'll hopefully, if this doesn't return and give me the relapse of all relapses, I'll be back for something else later. So please, in the meantime, in this ever Funko Fusion vinyl plastic fantastic in between time, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. And I've just said I'm going to see you later, but I'll do it again. I'm going to see you all. In the meantime, I'm going to find out who's human.